Welcome to Hivika Technologies. For more updates, please like and do subscribe.
Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you and your loved ones are staying safe and doing good. So today I'm going to start very first tutorial on Automation Anywhere Enterprise A 2019. So this is the latest version of Automation Anywhere A 2019. So previously we have seen Automation Anywhere 11.x version, and this is A 2019. So the UI is entirely different compared to A 11.x version. This A 2019 is entirely different. So this is the sub version which I'm installed in my mission, and I'm going to start working on it. I think couple of days back another version has been released, but this is a previous release, a previous version of Automation Anyway. So today I'm going to show you what are the different types of variables are there in Automation Anywhere A 2019, and I will just show kind of a simple examples on each variable to make you guys understand. And I'm going to talk on what is the different variables which are not there in Automation Anywhere 11.x version and which is currently present in A 2019. Let's move on. I'm just going to my actual mission. So this is the virtual machine which have a 32 GB RAM. So to install A 2019, minimum 32 gig RAM should be available. So, and a 500 GB hard disk. So that's what I just provisioned a virtual machine. So inside the virtual machine I have set up on-premises A 2019 and all the respective components with respect to whatever prerequisites are there. Everything I have set up inside the virtual machine. Okay, so let's move on. When we look at variables in A 2019, we can see basically there are two types of variables we've seen in 11.x version, and here also same system variables and user defined variables, right? So under system variables in 11.x version you might see a lot of variables, but here these are all the limited variables you can see under the system variables. So the system variables are created by the product owner, and whenever you install it will come predefined, right? So today we are going to talk more about user defined variables. So basically there are some of the user defined variables. If you can look into the 11.x version you might see value, list, array and random, right? So whereas here you can see there are a lot of variable types has been added. So these are all the variable types in A 2019: string, date, file, credentials, dictionary, number, boolean, window. So to store window titles, right, we can use a window kind of a type. And the credentials, it's a normal like to store usernames, passwords, a kind of thing. And the dictionary, it's a kind of key pair, key value pair related storage. So most of these you might seen if you have a knowledge on UiPath or somewhere, right? You might see in these variables, but whereas A 2019 has been incorporated all of them here. So let's move on. Let me log into A 2019 Automation Anywhere, and then we'll show you what are the different options are there in A 2019, and how are we going to do some of the examples on variables. Okay, let's move on. So this is on premises, like so A 2019 best advantage we can use as a SaaS model, also software as a service, like Automation where can host entire they maintain the physical servers, everything, and they just charge it as a SaaS model as well. So but here I just installed everything in my local machine, so I'm just going to use that. So I'm just trying to log into the control room with the different bot creator license. So here you can see there are different options, like how it looks in 11.x version control room. Same way you can see it here. So the dashboard which will gives the entire information on create a bots or IQ bots or bot insights, whatever it is. right? Let me go and create a very first bot here. So I will just say variables practice. Okay, I'm just going to create and edit. So this is the UI you can see in A 2019. So the UI is entirely different, and the commands are also looks different, right? So this is you can see flow view and list view and dual view also. So these are all the different actions or the commands which we have in A 2019, like how we have in A 11.x version, right? And we have other another one is called variables, and other one is called triggers also, right? So let's go to variables. As I mentioned, there are basically two types of variables. One is system, and other one is user defined variables, right? So these three are the kind of a system variables. They were which is created by the product owner, whenever you install it will come by default. So under clipboard you can see a clipboard option. Under string you can see three. One is enters and separator and tab. And under the system, pretty much you can see rest of the variables which you have seen in the kind of image. So here you seen, right? So all these are all the system variables, and this is the user defined types. So let's go ahead and create a variable here. So to create a variable, just click on this. So you can just give, let us say, v string, right? So here now you can see the description, whatever you want you can give it, and there are different options. You can see it here: use as input, use as output, constant read only. So when you say constant read only in the program, you cannot assign a value to here. It's going to be a constant, right? You cannot make any edits to this. If you say use as input, when you select that as an input, right? So what it's going to do is, whenever you run the program, it will prompt for a window and ask you to enter a value for that. Either you can do it or not. Okay, or you can give a default value. And one more option, use as output. If you make this checkbox enabled, when you created a variable and make this checkbox enabled, use as output, it's going to available for the next task. Basically this option is mostly used when uh, call different subtasks. So that time if you make this as enabled, and it is going to visible for the another task. Okay, so let me give let's do one thing. Let's just select use as input, and I'm not giving anything here. Just create this. So as usual, I'm just going to see the value with the message box. Let us say, sorry, I was searching the wrong thing in variables panel. I just wanted to search it in actions, right? So let me take the message box here. So here I can go ahead and configure. So here you can insert a variable. As usual, you can type F2, or you can click here, or you can just give a dollar sign, so that you will get the variable here. So this is the one v string I created. I'm just giving here, and I'm just saving this. So this is how it looks in the flow view. If you want to see it in the list view, you can see start and message box and end. And this is the dual view. You can see list as well, sorry, flow as well as the list view. So you wanted to drag wherever you want, you wanted to change something, you can do it likewise. Okay, let me run this, and I will show you what exactly when I make use as input, what exactly the difference. Okay, see, when I mark it as a use as input, right, it's asking me to select that and give some value here, and default value also it will be like, let us say, uh, hello. So what's going to do, it is deploying into my bot agent, and it's going to run the bot. So very first time when you save the task, a new task, right, it takes some time to load it, and from next onwards it's go ahead and do the things faster. See, whatever I typed in the variable, right, it just come here. Okay, so this is completed. So now what I did, I just created a single variable, a simple variable, and I marked it as a user's input. Let me remove this. When you say you remove it, means it doesn't matter, like you can just go ahead and use it. If you don't select use as input or use as output, you can just go ahead and use it. If you wanted to use this particular value in the next task, you must select that use as output. Okay, let me give hello world. I just given a default value and I just removed users input. Okay, the next variable type is let's go and create number. So I think you guys know all simple variables, right? So I don't want it to waste time here. Let me directly go to the variable which we have not seen in 11.x version. Okay, let's go here. We have not seen file, we have not seen boolean, we have not seen credential and list, dictionary, record, table and forms, right? So let me give you an example about table and record. So for example, if I open, let me do one thing, let me pull up some file here. So the data, whenever I read the Excel, right? So if I say something on this entire, this is going to be a table, correct? So this is going to be a table, and when I say something about this one, this is going to be a record. So basically table and record variables will be used whenever you are dealing with Excel, CSV or database, right? When you wanted to read the data from a Excel, that is going to be stored it in a table, whereas previously in 11.x version it is going to store it in as a Excel column of index system variable, right? Here it is going to store it as a table. I'm just going to in the later videos there will be different you know use cases on read the data from CSV or Excel and write into the database, or take the data from the database and write into the web page. So there will be a lot of videos will come in future on this kind of you know uh, mostly onto the variables part, how we can utilize the variables in terms of a table or in terms of a record, right? So when you read the Excel file or whatever it is, it's going to store it in a table variable. And whenever you wanted to, when you loop through the particular table, right, then you wanted to access a particular record, right? So that time it is going to mark it as a record. That variable type which is going to the current record is going to be the record type. So I don't want to confuse now with all this. Let's move on. So let me go here. So number is basically to store the number, and date and time will be like you can assign a date and time, and you can give the default values also. For example, let me show this. It will ask, you can pick it from the calendar, let us say 24, and you can pick it value here, let us say 2:30. So you can mention which time zone you wanted to, everything, like you can just do it. This is the new type which we haven't seen in 11.x version. And the other tables, other or boolean. So basically boolean variable is used to store true or false kind of result. So this will be used for that. And a file variable to store in a file path. Either you can just do it, drag it from control room or desktop. For example, let me take a desktop file. So let me just select something. Let's go to desktop and just selected this. See, this is going to store the path. So this is how we can use a file variable, basically to store the file paths and all. We can use that. And dictionary will be like something interesting. And dictionary variable, we are going to use it when we call subtask. When the subtask is completed, that result will be stored in a dictionary variable, and the result can be accessed in the main task by using key and value pair. So you wanted to give a specific key, whatever the variable name which you have called it in a particular subtask, then you will get the value here in the main task. And forms is something different. I'm going to do one tutorial on the forms, how to create a forms in automation anywhere and how to use it. So basically these forms are, whenever you run the bot, it will prompt for the user to enter some data, and then can that data, whatever user has entered in their mission, right, that can be used somewhere in the task or wherever we required. So I'm just going to do some separate video on this. So today I think that's it. In the next videos we can see how to read a data from CSV file, and how to write into the database, and how to read the data from Excel, how to write into web page, or read data from database and write into web page, whatever it is. So we'll see you guys in the next video. I hope this video helps you to understand the basic overview of the variables which are present in A2019, and I think I hope you just experience the view how it looks A2019 than A11.x version. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.
I hope this video helps you. To get more updates, please like and subscribe the channel.
Please leave your comments and questions in the comments section. We'll get back to you.